All right, will it run? We're gonna try to find out right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and this here is a 1365 of sorts that viewer Craig brought me the other day. He said his neighbor had it for sale, or somebody close to him. I don't know if it was his actual neighbor, but anyway, he said, I see that they're parting it out. And I said, well, go try to buy it. And he made the deal, but then when he came back, it was missing a lot more stuff. When he saw it, it was still sitting on 4 wheels, and the only thing that they had done is take the sheet metal off of it. But I don't know, somebody caught wind of that and started robbing her blind of parts. So all is not lost though, friends, because I have enough parts of these Fiats that I think I could build this if we could make it run. The story that I got was they were using it on a trencher and it started making some noise and started missing out, and they thought maybe something happened in the top end of the motor. I don't know. So we will probably pull the valve cover before we do anything, just to see if there's any truth to that story. I kind of feel like whenever a Fiat's make a noise, it's probably block of death, but we'll give it the benefit of the doubt and believe what they say. However, the first thing we need to do is probably go inside and get a heavier coat because it's getting very cold. But standard order or of operations or standard procedure around here is get them up on 4 wheels, because they're a lot easier to deal with if they're on 4 wheels. So he was, obviously the factory wheels got sold, I guess, but he found these set of wheels that the guy had and got those thrown in on the deal. So we're going to hopefully see if they will bolt on here. He said he measured the bolt pattern and they were supposed to fit. However, if it's like our Fiat the other day, the next thing will be, will the bolts fit through the holes? And they will not. So that pretty well does that. And then of course Ross drops one. So what does Ross do? Well, they're very close, but no cigar. And I really don't feel like drilling out all those bolt holes, so I guess we'll forget that idea. We won't put it up on 4 wheels until we have to. We'll just keep dragging it around like this. So where does a guy start? Well, probably right in here. Like I said, it was told that there was a potential rocker arm of sadness, but is that true? I do not know. I'm gonna go get a coat, I guess, since we're changing our plans. I thought that we would do this all, you know, get it ready and then probably finish it up tomorrow when it was better weather, but I don't know. Maybe we need to just table the whole thing. I am very curious though what's under door number 2, so let me go get a coat and a wrench and we'll at least take the valve cover off and see what we need to dig out of our parts pile. If there's, you know, very bad sadness there, we might be able to fix it, but if it's bad enough, we might not be able to fix it. Like if a valve went down through and hammered on something, we'll probably be pulling the head. So that will be a later project than right now. All right, what's the chances that I got the right thing? Slim to none. That's 13, so I bet it's 10. I should have known that because you can never find the 10, you know? Oh, that's gonna work. Okay. We'll see what kind of terrible wind noise you have to deal with, because it's pretty windy and miserably cold, to me anyway. To a lot of you probably know. I think I'm gonna stand differently so my back is to the wind. Tired of it being in my face. Come on. It would be really cool if I could make this go. you know, because it would just be nice to have another one of these. Good. Okay. Struggle bus, we're gonna ride. I thought that yeah, that's up enough that it should come off of there. I thought those things stayed behind there. So I was gonna say, I thought they were like snap ringed into the deal there. Smells stinky. Now, oh, you come off of there? No? Come on. Well, I thought that those things stayed with the valve cover. It's been a while since I've done this on a Fiat, but I didn't think they came all the way out. I might be wrong on that. Probably am. Come on, baby doll. You were coming up. Now let's go. Come on. Maybe they're just not unscrewed all the way on some. Sure feels like they are. Come on, baby. What do we gotta do here? Lose our patience? It's gonna make us go get more tools, probably, like a screwdriver, when I thought I could simply. I guess not. Okay, pal. I'm not playing around now. You had your chance to go gentle like. Now you're gonna go however you go. Good. Kevin, come on over there. Oh. I'm getting frustrated. The gasket's holding me. There. Ooh. Well, I don't see any catastrophic failure here. Do I? No. It's very sludgy though, isn't it? Well, we struck out at door number 1. So, I guess let's put this back on. And you go sleeping. And we will investigate it later. What we're going to have to do next is see if we can make it turn over, because I did not have luck at that the other day. But see, I thought if there was catastrophic failure and there were pieces hanging loose in here, it would be nice to look at that first, than to just start cranking on it and make it even worse than it already was. But that is not the case. I did not see catastrophic failure in there, so it doesn't look like that. Doesn't look like the simple way is going to be our solution. And the winner is, friends, block of death is what's making the noise, and I can show you that right now, and here's how. You watch this. Let me see if I can, let me mount you there. Now when I pull up on the PTO clutch lever, look what happens. Do you see that? Movement? There should not be movement. It's not a ton of movement, but it is movement. So I am betting that part of the noise they heard was it has eaten into the block slightly and grinding things are happening. But I'm not saying that that still wouldn't run like it is, as long as it would turn over. But like I said the other day, we did not have luck turning it by hand, and these just do not have a good, you see how they're made? There's no like center nut for you to grab on. So I think what we're going to do is put the, let's try first putting the jump pack to the starter and see if we can peer pressure it into turning over, and then that might tell us more about where we're going. It looks more and more like it's going to pieces is what's going to happen, but it would certainly be an interesting thing to know if it in fact would run or what was the matter. I like to know what killed them, you know, because that'll tell you what's good and what's not when you go to using pieces. So yeah, let me grab a jump pack and we will put it on the starter and see if we can make it go. I don't have high hopes with that either, because this is one of those original starters and it is a conglomeration of stuff. The way it works, it's got to shove, it slides the whole armature instead of just a moving gear. So there's a lot going on. But if I hook the jump pack to the post, then somewhere on there should be a little side post there. And then we'll jumper to that and see if it won't crank over a little bit, because like I said, it would be neat to see it run just to know what's what. I'll have to dig out more parts out of my pile because they totally trashed the filter housing. Somebody doesn't have all their brain when they're trying to figure out how to get fuel filters loose, so they took a hammer to it or something. So that's real smart. But yeah, so let me go get a jump pack, and I'll probably have to have a jumper wire, or maybe this screwdriver will do it, so we can jumper from the hot to the cranking part, because all the wiring's been stolen too. See, that's another thing, they took all that off. So let me go grab some more stuff. Butter the dog, what are you doing, pal? Looks like you've been sleeping in some weeds or something. You got some of it stuck to you. Sure. It's the next day. It's windy, but it's like 50 degrees, so it feels like a heat wave compared to what we've had the last couple days. And what I'm doing here is lugging the jump pack. We're gonna see if this jobby here will even remotely turn over on its own, like with a starter. That's the least invasive way to try this. I have my doubts, but it was supposed to be have been running until it didn't. So what I got to do here is figure out a way to, I brought some stuff with me here. That's going to be our starting thing. If I can make all this work like I think. It's super windy, so I hope you can hear, but I don't have high hopes. Let's put you there. Can you kind of see the crank pulley? Yes. Let's see what happens. I think it tried, didn't it? Yeah. Whoa. The jump pack is not like this. Okay, well, this is interesting because the sound that I'm getting is in fact like there is sadness under the valve cover, which we did not conclusively see. So now that it's warm, as in the weather is warm, perhaps we ought to take this loose again, crank it over and watch the valves go up and down, and maybe we can see something today that we didn't see yesterday. You know, like maybe a valve is not moving, maybe it's stuck open, maybe the camshaft is messed up. Yeah, I could stop and go back and get the socket again, or I could just use this thing I have in my hand, and then I could use the adjustable wrench. I'm pretty sure these are brass, aren't they, if I remember correctly? So anyway, you can't be too rough with them. It's better looking though than today than it did yesterday. Yesterday when we quit, I pretty well thought that it was gonna be a boat anchor. It still doesn't sound happy, but it sounds more happy than what I thought. I have to think too, do I have another one of these starters? Or did I put that on something already? Help me remember, friends. Do I have an extra one lying there? I thought maybe I did. Or did I use it on the 1250A? I try to keep one on hand because you never know anymore what kind of Fiat I'm gonna bring home. All right. There's our crusty, nasty valve cover. Let's give her the onions. Come on. Come on. Well, friends, that's kind of bizarro because isn't everything moving? It looks like it is. Okay, what am I missing here? Has it got a burnt valve? Is one of the valves too tight and doesn't open? There's a lot of slop in it. We're not going to deny that it's not pristine. Maybe there's a lot of carbon buildup on it and won't let the valve close, but I doubt that. That number one valve, that one bothers me. I don't know. It doesn't seem like okay. Oh, I just broke that return line. Crap. Well, okay, friends. What to do? Where to proceed from here? All right, this video turned into a more it's gonna take some more stuff than just spraying some ether in it, I'm afraid. We could try that, but the problem is that starter is so slow. I just don't think that it's gonna go, because these Fiats like speed. perhaps I ought run down there and check if I have another modern style starter for this. I'm pretty sure I used it on something, didn't I? I just can't remember. But if I had that, that would help for A. And then for B, I need to find another fuel filter setup because Dumbo decided to roast this one pretty bad. I mean, even destroyed the bottom cups. How dumb are you, you know? That's a question I ask myself daily when I'm passing by people on the street, because it seems like intelligence is at an all-new low. But I'm confident I have a top housing here. What I'm not confident about is, do I have enough of the bottom bowls to make this happen? I should have, but I don't know that I do, because I think I used one on something else. But okay, let's do some parts checking. And like I said, starter is the big thing. And I'm just taking it all in, friends. Just taking it all in. It's missing the spring there. There is a spring, I think, normally that holds this all together, because, yeah, I think it goes between these two somehow. Maybe it goes in here. I don't know, but there's a spring usually. And so, yeah, where were we again? Like the 14th time starter? Oh, that's gonna be a fun time, isn't it, friends? Oh man, this may end up being more of a chore than we can get done today in the time I had allotted to this, but progress is being made. So let's see what, I think those are 17 or 18, I can't remember. And then there's it's a real trick to get to that back one. Maybe they're 19s, I don't know. No, that's loose on there. They're probably 18s, if I remember right. But I'm gonna go check on a starter and on a fuel filter housing. We can potentially do some quick flippity flopping here, and we'll have to have that to get it more better. We could try to crank it on ether or to see if it will come to life, but it obviously has a problem. I don't know what the problem is yet, if it's a valve that's got a problem, if it's just a bunch of crap and something is lodged in there and not letting it seat, if the valve's burnt. I don't really know, but what I'm saying is you can hear that when you're cranking it over that it's trying to suck and blow air while it's going. So something's not right, and the valves don't look like they're a problem unless I missed one, but they all seem like they get loose at some point. And that's not saying that they're incorrectly set, and maybe one's overlapping another and causing that problem, but I don't know. For the 15th time now, I'm gonna go look for parts. All right, some digging produced this, which should be exactly off of one of these. So we'll just have to get us some new filters. And then I also produced this, which now I remember what happened. When we bought that 1250A, it didn't crank very fast. So I put a new starter on it, and it still didn't crank very fast. So what I'm saying is, I don't think that there's anything wrong with this starter. We're gonna try it and see, but let's just do the thing. Come on. Well, of course we can't make this work. Just like, come on. All right, it gets violent, so there's a chance that that might be better than what we got. And that is because, like I said, these have got a lot going on. Now, since we already have to take this off anyway, this should be a lot easier to do the starter if we do this right, because we can just take this out of the way. See? And yeah, maybe that'll work. I don't know. Spoiler alert though, friends, I don't know that we're gonna get it running in this video because I don't have enough stuff. I need fuel filters. I need a lot. There's fuel there though. That's a good sign. Fuel at the injection pump. I bet it would have started. Well, I'd at least like to hear it fire on ether maybe before we're done today. Now I have to think about this. Oh yes, there's a bracket of 3, and I think that if we take the filters off, I could use an extension and socket. Let's put you right there until that starter falls off of the deal and self-destructs, and then I regret doing that, you know. But this is stupid, friends. Who did this? I mean, God, night, people. If you don't know how to get filters off, you're an idiot. I mean, this is not that hard. I mean, that's ridiculous. Then we need to take loose this line. Let's see if it's 18. It's probably 19, and I didn't bring one. But I have a 3/4, so that should be the same. Gotta look at my situation over here too. I do have all my bolts, but these are probably cleaner, so I'll probably use these if possible. Alright, let's set that there for now. Let's see if we can get this one loose. I don't remember where that one goes. Oh, that goes to the, that's the supply to the pump, from the pump, I should say, the transfer pump. The bad part is, friends, I'm pretty well out of videos, so you are going to be, I bet you're going to end up with a day or two without videos, because I ain't getting them done. I ain't getting them done. It's just not going to happen. And that blows the big Knudsen, you know? There's one. One more. Oh. All right. Filter housing of sadness, delete. Now, can we do a starter of sadness, delete? And then also clean up all of our trash that is right there. I'm thinking that this is a, I could do this to a certain point if I remember right, and then it wants to hit the, it don't want to hit the side of the starter. Maybe this one I can't, I don't remember. Oh, sadness abounds up ahead here, friends. Lots of trash. I really wanted to be doing something else today, working on, but this is going to take the whole time now. So, oh boys, I don't know that I've ever had one that was that packed full of crap. Can I get this? Can I sneak this? No. Okay. This might be the thing that gets us. This is a 17. See, if we get the starter out of there, all that trash should fall down. It's also super windy, so I hope you can hear, but I'm doing the best I can, friends. We're running out of ratchets and ability. I guess we're going to go a half a turn at a time. That's always fun when that takes place. Come on, 17. Come on. Come on, hand tight. Let's do hand loose. Come on. Well, we are struggle busing. Struggle busing. Man, looking at this tractor though, it almost looks like the head has been worked on in recent times. So maybe somebody's head work failed. And then again, maybe I'm wrong. I usually am about a lot of stuff. Don't believe me? Ask others. They tell me in almost every video. Your knowledge of nothing amazes me. Or your lack of knowledge on everything. Yeah. So, come on. Man, I thought we'd have her licked by now, and we don't. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, baby. It's so close. It like wants to come out of there. But then it won't let me continue on the way. It freezes up or something. There we go. Come on. There we go. Oh, this 20-ton boat anchor there. Ooh, that's not too bad. Just well, you're gonna lose your sitting spot because I need that thing now. And everything on here is aluminum, so it's hard to find a place to stick you. Let's see if we can precariously stick you there. Look at how much less invasive this one is. It's going. Okay, there's that one. We're getting there. Turn it in by hand as much as I can. The one thing that's really going to help us on possibly hearing this run is that based on that fuel that's still sitting in the top of the injection pump, you can tell that this was indeed running not that long ago, because that's pretty darn good looking fuel. And you know, our modern day fuel is not that way, so if it was a long time, it wouldn't be that nice looking. Well, there's one. Oh, now the phone's gonna start. I tell you. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Roscoe?
Oh, trying to work out here in the wind. I've been looking every day trying to see some Mama Bear's homestead farming videos. Where are they at?
I got about half of one on the GoPro right now. I've been struggling my ass off.
Have you combined any soybeans yet?
I've combined about 24 acres.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a struggle, but I'm trying to get a video put together.
Well, hopefully we'll get some good weather here. You can get back to it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm headed out there right now.
No, I've got corn to do yet.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
I got to.
I did buy me another combine.
That's what I heard on the rumor mill, so I wasn't sure what.
Yeah.
I thought maybe there'd be a video about that, but
Yeah, there should be.
somebody just drove in. I don't know what it is. Oh, my uncle. Bringing.
I'll get you a video after.
Okay.
Alright, see you, buddy.
See ya. Bye. I hope you can see, because I have no idea what's happening other than that I'm getting nothing done that I thought I was going to get done. And that's pretty depressing, but that's the best I can do. I mean, I thought I was going to be I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do here, friends. Gonna take this off of here. Did I lose that? I probably did. Well, I don't know what I've done here other than tighten them down too much already or something before getting all the bolts started. I don't know, friends. There. Now we need to get our fuel lines hooked back up, and that might be a problem. I lost a washer already. What a shocker. We're gonna rob one from this. Oh, banjo bolts. You're something else. Maybe I lost, no, there I was gonna say, maybe I lost 2 of them, but I don't think I did. You would think that it would all be very close since I just took off one of these filter housings, but apparently not. Apparently, it is designed to make us struggle. Oh, that one was, what was that one? We were gonna go. I guess we'll keep this old one to corral some of our hardware. Plus we could always pull out some of these plugs and stuff for future use. Even though the housing itself is garbage, we need that around for whatever. We need to get a couple of filters, and we need to get, let's see here. I'm struggling. It's pretty sad, really, all the struggles I'm having today. I'm gonna switch to this one for a second because I'm losing my temper, and that isn't doing us any favors, friends. I'm getting frustrated for no reason. I guess what I'm frustrated about is that I'm not gonna have videos for you, and I've tried to keep it going every day, but I think it's finally about to fall because I'm not gonna be able to record tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to record much tonight when I get back. And I know there from past experience that there's going to be a gap because of that. Also, nothing is working correctly. It's all, every little thing is struggling, fighting me for no reason, and I get super frustrated when stuff like that starts to happen. I mean, so it just makes me a little bit perturbed, you know. I'm a little bit perturbed that I have to do this anyway because, like I said, you got to be a special kind of moron to destroy a filter housing because you're too stupid to know what's happening. I don't know. I thought maybe if I turned it loose I could. Oh, this sucks. I guess a guy should have taken the line off of the fuel pump and tightened this in the housing first and then put it on the block, and then, I mean, I don't know. Just forget it. You gotta, I need like a, I need to weld a socket to a piece of flat stock and make a tool to put this on. Also, an offset wrench would work great. But instead of getting that, I'm just gonna struggle. Oh, boys. Okay, well, let's pause there. Everything's just going beautifully. All right, well, where do we stand? We got a filter housing mounted on here. We got our other bolt stuff here. We need to get us some filters because we're shy of those now since we had to service that 1365 the other day. That took my spare set of filters. So, I don't know. Ooh, there's a bolt. We want to save that too. It fell out of that broken one. Because I was thinking there was one that I'm missing the bolts on. I don't know. You never throw anything away. That way you always got stuff, you know. But I want to see now if this starter is up for the task more than the other one was. Let's give it, oh, well, okay then, jump pack. I don't know why you can't play nice. I think it is up for the task more than the other one was. Okay. It's sounding a little more healthy, actually. The suction thing. Maybe it just had like a valve get stuck. That would be wishful thinking, friends. It's got the block of death, I'm sure, but we need to put that back in. Just mount you there for a minute. See, I thought I could just use this line that was on this filter housing, and that would just be dandy, and then I wouldn't have to dig up any, you know, I wouldn't have to take loose everything. But now that I think about it, I bet it would have made what I just did a lot easier if I had just taken it off there and then solved both my problems at once. But all right, you know, for kicks, let's see if we can get it to fire off of ether. I think I saw the ether bunny over here. I mean, there is some fuel in that pump, so in theory it might actually pop for a second. This is going to be hard to do though with all this Mickey Mouse setup that I got going here. We're struggling. We are struggling. Okay, we got to have this in a way where I can use the screwdriver to bridge the gap between the two. Let's give it some onions. These Fiats don't typically like ether too much. I found that just, I don't know if we'll get something accomplished here or not, but nothing. Oh. No. We can try it again. Okay, well, let's pause a minute. So, the answer to the age-old question, will it run? I'm going to say not today, unfortunately, but we're close to maybe seeing if it will. I got to get filters. We have to charge the jump pack because it's not up for the task. We will probably have to rig up a battery to help too, because these things just do not like to run with just a jump pack. They usually take a battery and a jump pack to get going for the first time. I felt like maybe it fired for a second there, but not really too much. So it's possible that this might run, but it's also possible that it's not worth spending a ton of money on trying to make it do that thing. But I would like to hear it run just to see, you know, how bad it's clanging and banging. And I will probably also, even though I didn't really want to do that thing, I will probably go ahead and drill out these holes. I really didn't want to do that, but if I could roll it around on that, that would be a lot more handy. These are almost the right size. So basically I got to just do the same thing I did to that thing the other day, you know what I'm saying? That old 780 Fiat, that white 700. I had to do that too. And I think before we do that though, we should ourselves measure and make sure that we need to make sure that the center hole is right and the bolt spacing. He said it was right, but I don't want to get it all drilled out and then find out we did it for nothing, you know. We might even pick it up and hold it up to there just to visually see that it's going to go, and then do our drilling however that may be. But I don't know. I've got almost nothing in this, so don't look at it and think I wasted a ton of my money. Basically, if I can get those spacers off the back wheels and the drawbar, I think I pretty well got my money's worth out of it. So anything else that we salvage off of it is a bonus, you know. Like I said, if that horn would happen to work, original Fiat horn, that's worth something. And there's some other little doodabs on it that you know, the rear end might be good. And then there you have it. So I gave $200 for this, so I don't think I'm out of line on where we are. I wish that we could get it running in the same video, but it's just not in the cards due to the time constraints. I mean, I've spent 2 different days working on this now as I had time, and I got too much other stuff that has to be done right now. So in order to push a video out so you got something to watch, we're just gonna table this. This is part 1. Will it run? No, not today, but it is not stuck. It seems to have some compression. And 3, it was supposed to be a running tractor when they started taking it apart. It just had a problem. So if we can sort out all those things, we might have a chance of hearing it run. And if it would happen to be something that we could make it run better, I've got every piece to put this back together and make it a complete tractor. And I noticed something here, friends. Oh, as I tripped and almost fell and busted my face. When we were cranking it over, I think it started leaking right here. So let me tell you the significance of that, friends. If it is in fact leaking right here, and it would be leaking bad enough, that would make it miss. So perhaps the problem that it was having was a cracked injector line, and it was leaking and not running smoothly and that. But they said there was knocking and stuff, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Based on what I've seen so far, it doesn't sound any worse than any of the other ones I've drug home. So these little Fiats will surprise you. When you think they're dead, they just keep on going. So we will try it. We will see, but it's not going to be today. It might not be tomorrow. Soli Vittori stick, kind of milky, but it does have oil in it. So like I said, everything plays out with the story that it was just a running tractor, and now it's not. So we might be able to hear it run again, and from there I'm not worried. If it will run and if it would move, then I'm going to slap the rest of the parts on it, and we will set it aside for future tinkering. But I think I can hear it run again. It's just going to take me a little bit to gather the supplies and charge the jump pack, and in the next one we will see if we can get it to fire off. So that's where we're going to leave this one. After watching what you just saw, do you feel like your IQ has dropped lower than your credit score? Well, there's no reason that both of us should be miserable, so go ahead and hit that thumbs up and leave a comment. That stuff costs you nothing, and it really helps me out. Your banker may not approve, but I know mine will. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.